Well, looky what I have here. I couldn't believe it myself, but I actually got my hands on the Switch 2. I know in my last video I said I wasn't able to pre-order it, so you guys are probably like, oh, so Nintendo sent you an invite to pre-order it? No, in fact, they still haven't sent it to me. I got my very own Switch 2 from my local GameStop midnight release. The day before it all happened, I called up GameStop and was wondering what the deal was with the Switch 2, and they told me that I could pay for it at around 3 p.m. and pick it up around 11 p.m. And I automatically just believed that neither of my parents would take me to GameStop at 11 at night, not even thinking about the huge line it would be, but I thought wrong, so huge props to my dad for taking me and putting it up with Nintendo and GameStop and just everything. He got 3 parent points that day. I actually have a funny story about that midnight release. Yeah, I almost died, but you know what? You clicked on this video to hear about the Switch 2, so stay tuned for that story. But anyways, the Switch 2 is finally out to the world, and questions that people are asking are, what is it like? Is it really any different from the original Switch? Is it better or worse than the Switch? Is it worth it? Literally so many other questions are being asked, but don't worry, because Nario is here to answer your questions, because you know I answer everything truthfully. And I will also be talking about my first impressions of Mario Kart World, the newest addition in the Mario Kart series, and answer your questions on that game. So, without further ado, let's talk about this new generation of Nintendo. To answer all of your questions about an unboxing video, unfortunately, I didn't film one. I was just way too excited to get this thing out of the box, and plus, it was midnight, and I low-key did not feel like setting up my camera to film it. So for the people that wanted it, I am truly sorry, but hopefully this video will make up for it. Immediately when you open the box and start getting the Joy-Cons and the screen out, you can already feel the huge difference from the original Switch. To compare, here's my original Switch. When I tell you I was amazed at the difference when I first compared it. For the people that got the OLED back in 2021 thinking it couldn't get any bigger, I really wonder how they feel now. Now this may be because it's just really brand new, but the Joy-Cons feel so smooth and just amazing. Even the grip. As advertised, literally everything is bigger. The Joy-Cons, the screen, and it's definitely more heftier than the original. I can barely pick it up with one hand like I could with the original Switch. I'm not going to get into all the differences because you most likely have already heard all the differences from promos and everything, and plus you can literally see it right here. And in case any of you that didn't get the chance to get the Switch 2 but wanted to see and hear the snap of the magnetic Joy-Cons, there you go. In my opinion, the magnetic Joy-Cons and the snap is more satisfying than the original. It's just something about it that just clicks, no pun intended. Setting up the Switch 2 was pretty straightforward, just asking you all the simple questions like your internet and time zone and all that. And then if you had an original Switch, you would transfer over all your data, which didn't take long. I think total it took about 20 to 25 minutes. And then you are ready to play. It will take a long time, however, to re-download the games you had on the original Switch. And since it was midnight, I just waited till the morning to start playing games, considering I also had to download Mario Kart World. But right off the bat, I will tell you everything is so much more smoother and faster than the original Switch. For the original Switch games, when inserted into the Switch 2, loading times for that game are faster. Like, you know how Animal Crossing just takes literal centuries to load. Now it takes like half a century to load. But you can see the difference honestly when side to side, and the games overall, including frame rate, HDR, etc., has definitely improved. The streamer Hungrybox tested out Smash Ultimate frame rate on the Switch 2 by putting 8 ice climbers on the Fountain of Dreams stage, and not a single frame drop occurred. Seriously, like not even one frame drop, I'm not joking. Whereas the original Switch would have literally just died. So I wanted to test it out for myself. Literally the same thing happened, no frame drops occurred. I don't even know why I tried. I honestly don't think you'll find any lag on this Switch 2. Everything just runs so smoothly and everything just looks so great. Now I didn't get any accessories with this console because I got the bundle, and plus tax, this thing was literally $544. So I was literally broker than broke after I bought this. So I don't have the Nintendo Switch camera or the Pro Controller or anything of that matter yet. But according to the people on X, after I did a deep search, I just looked up Pro Controller, it reportedly feels smooth and amazing, and it apparently has a great feeling. And I've seen multiple people just talking about how smooth the joysticks on the controller feel. So if you got a Switch 2 and a Pro Controller, let me know in the comments if it's all true. I will get a Pro Controller eventually, but for now, the grip will have to do. I mean, an unpopular opinion from me, I actually don't mind the grip at all. I know, shocking. Now I haven't heard anything about the Switch 2 camera yet, but I've heard that you can literally hook up an external camera to the Switch 2. They're not camera locking it, so no really need for the Switch 2 camera now. Not that there was really a need for it at all before, no offense to Nintendo. No, seriously, unless you were trying to make content, who was actually going to buy that? I also have not tested out game chat at all yet because I have no friends. Well, I have friends, but Switch 2, you know what I mean? But apparently it's not bad either. The audio mechanic where it filters out your background noise apparently works.
Wow. Sick trick. I don't know how I'm going to do this.
This floor is filthy. We must clean this up.
Also, with the text-to-speech feature, it doesn't censor cursing, so go nuts with that, guys. But seriously, the Switch 2 is an amazing thing to hold. With the original Switch, I really had no urge to play it handheld, and if I had to, I would literally just deal with it. I know that was the whole thing, you could take it anywhere, but I really wasn't taking the original Switch anywhere. But with the Switch 2, I literally want to take that thing anywhere. It makes me want to play it on handheld even more because the screen in itself is just so big and just, I love it. So, overall, question 1, what is it like? My answer is incredibly smooth and the gameplay experience is astonishing for a Nintendo product. Question 2, is it really any different from the original Switch? My answer, I would say yes, with a little sort of maybe. It's bigger, it has a revamped menu, its audio is amazing, its games run smoother, it really is an upgraded Switch. But even considering all that, it's still just a regular Switch. Question 3, is it better or worse than the original Switch? My answer is better. I mean, obviously, it was advertised to be that way. Question 4, is it worth it? My answer, I would say yes. As surprising as it may seem, in my opinion, all of these upgrades make your gameplay more immersive, makes it more exciting, and makes you more hyped for whatever you're about to play. From setup all the way to the menu, all the way down to even the settings. If you decide to buy this, either way, you're going to be amazed, which honestly makes it worth my $544, and maybe yours too. And with that, I will give the Nintendo Switch a solid 8.5 out of 10. Can't wait to see what this era of Nintendo will bring. But I'm not ending the video there. I still want to give you guys my first impression of Mario Kart World. I seriously did not expect the Switch 2 first impression section to be so long, so I'll try to make this Mario Kart World section short and sweet while packing in as much information as I can. I'm pretty sure you can tell from the trailers and promos that this game is pretty amazing. Obviously running on the already smooth Nintendo Switch 2 and with this amazing graphics, how can you speak badly about this game? I don't know if it's because I'm so used to Mario Kart 8 and a little bit tired of it, but I think it's fair enough to say that they went all out for this Mario Kart, and this may be the best Mario Kart game ever, I dare say, and let me tell you why. In total, there are 32 courses in the game with 14 returning courses from past Mario Kart games, including Desert Hills, Shy Guy Bazaar, Wario Stadium, Airship Fortress, DK Pass, Sky High Sundae, Wario Shipyard, Koopa Troopa Beach, Peach Beach, Dino Dino Jungle, Moo Moo Meadows, Choco Mountain, Toad's Factory, and Mario Circuit. I'm not going to get into these courses because we all know about these courses already, but most of these courses have been remade and have big upgrades to the fact where they look completely different from the original, but they're still the same courses we all love. I'm also not going to get into the new courses for a future video I'm going to make, but I was absolutely amazed at these new courses and their layouts. I was especially amazed with courses like DK Spaceport and Skyview Peak because of its layout, references, and just the gameplay with the courses itself. And then we have classic modes like Time Trials, Versus, and Battle. There's a new mode called Knockout Mode where you have to be above a certain place, and if you're below it, you get, as the title shows, knocked out of the game. It's actually pretty fun, and while it's not a totally brand new made up mode, it's new to the Mario Kart series. Also, as the promo showed, we have a new free roam mode where you can basically travel anywhere on the track alone. Occasionally, some characters will pop up though. I spent like 5 minutes on it and it's not bad, but for me, I just want some action going on, so it's not really for me. But I can assume a lot of people have taken advantage of it. Hey, at least missions are back. If you go in free roam and press any P button you see, it'll start a mission. Also guys, the music in this new game is absolutely amazing. While the new music isn't bad, I'm talking about all the new remixes in this game. I mean seriously, it's too good. When playing this for the first time, I was playing Time Trials, and when I went back to select a course, a remix of the Mario 64 file select started playing, and I legit just sat there for like 10 minutes listening to it because it's just so good. I mean, just take a listen. There's so many other great music tracks in this game, so I would actually recommend going on YouTube and checking out the OST. And I can't end off this Mario Kart World section without talking about the characters, of course. This game has an insane roster for a Mario Kart game. And I'm not talking about, oh, they finally added Pauline. No, I'm talking about you can play as the Pianta if you wanted to. Ever wanted to play as the Penguin from Mario 64? Now you can. Ever wanted to play as the Cataquack from Mario Sunshine? Now you can. Ever wanted to play as a coin coffer from Mario 3D Land and other Mario games? You can now. Seriously, this game's roster is so funny and interesting, and not even mentioning the different costumes you can collect for the characters. I mean, this is like the Smash Ultimate of Mario Kart. That was just a joke. I was just joking. In total, not counting the costumes, there are 50 characters. It's literally what I've been asking for in a Mario Kart game. Great character roster, great courses, great modes, and just great all around. But I do think $80 is a bit much for even a game like this. I doubt Nintendo would ever drop the price, but honestly, I totally get it if you would want to pass on this game just because of the price. Though getting it with the bundle is cheaper, still if you want to pass, nobody would blink. Even with the price, still, I think I would give this game a solid 9 out of 10. And like I promised before, let me give you guys this midnight release story. So after my dad surprisingly said yes, we drove to GameStop, and when we got there, it was already around 3 o'clock and there was already a line, but not too long. So I got in line and my dad stayed in the car. And not long after, seriously, not even like 5 minutes of me being in the line, it started storming and raining. So literally like the minute before the storm and the hard rain hit, a GameStop employee took the first part of the line and put them in the store, and they took the second part of the line, the part I was in, and put us into this restaurant next door. We actually didn't wait too long in that store. I would say it was about 20 minutes before we were able to get into GameStop and buy our Switch 2s. So fast forward to around 10:30, my dad drops me off at GameStop once again, and this time, oh my god, the line just went to space. Like, it was just way too long. This picture you're seeing right now, this was just the front of the line, and it just looks hectic, doesn't it? But luckily I was number 29 in line, so I was near the front of the line. So the way they did it is they just let 10 people in the store at a time to pick up their Switch 2s. And also, can I just say, can we get a huge props to the workers of GameStop and Best Buy and all those other store workers during this time, because they were working really hard, and I'm sure it was very hard and very stressing for them. So I feel like we should thank them for their work somehow. So anyways, I was in round 3, and it didn't take long actually. They opened their doors at 11 and I got my Switch 2 around 11:30, so it didn't take long at all. But I do want to say that this was my first ever midnight launch experience, and it was just nice seeing everyone lined up and all the excitement for the Switch 2. It's always nice seeing the Nintendo community come together for things like this, and I met some new faces, so it was really cool and so much fun. But now I think that's all from me. Thank you guys so much for watching this video all the way through. If you guys got lucky enough to get a Switch 2 in Mario Kart World, don't be shy, tell me your opinions in the comments below. And if you want to see more Switch 2 content or more Nintendo content in general like this, consider subscribing and hitting that bell. I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.